Hi, my name is Brian, and I'm the High Pop Professor. And welcome, we're gearing up for the National. I say we because holding the camera for me is my own iconic brother, Iconic Al. Say hello, Al.
Present.
And so while we were in town together, we were actually shopping, hit a couple card shops, and I just scored a little bit of a haul here. And so I went ahead and picked up this bad boy as the High Pop Professor. Nothing says High Pop quite like 92 Fleer, and of course not just any Fleer, but 92 Fleer with the jumbo 35 card packs, an entire box of these things that have the rookie sensations in there. And so looking forward to ripping this one. There's that rookie sensation. Wait, hold on, where is it? There it is. There's the Bagwell. Fantastic.
And the Clemens.
And the Clemens, of course.
Career highlights.
Oh, yes. And it wasn't just that. I picked up some more things, too. I managed to get this beautiful sealed 87 Fleer Update glossy set, mostly because I actually don't have an Update glossy Maddox. I love the Tiffany cards, and now I can pull my very own one, along with a McGuire and a couple other players too. So that'll be a fun pull. Also, I managed to get, I was looking for one of these too, a Pinnacle Inside Greg Maddox sealed can of cards from 97. And so very pumped to add this. I will not be ripping this with my can opener. Although who knows, a Diamond Edition could be in there, who knows. But yeah, and of course, I also added this beautiful Eddie Murray Diamond King autograph. I already have one of these, but this was an upgrade for me. This is a better one than the one I had. Beautiful, beautiful autograph. Diamond King. Dick Perez from 84 Donruss. Super pumped about that. And so I'm just getting all pumped up here in the spirit of the National. Yeah, absolutely.
Very nice.
Yeah. And so I'm pumped. I know I probably shouldn't be buying all this right before the National. Should be like, saving myself a little bit. But I just couldn't help myself. This was just fantastic. And super pumped. I'm going to be ripping this probably later tonight. Iconic Al, you're going to help me rip this, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, good. All right. Well, anyway, just get into the spirit of things. I wanted to share this. And we'll probably do a second part after this is ripped to see maybe we got some of the rookie sensations, or who knows, a Clemens auto or something. I don't know. All right, you want to take this one out here, Al?
All right, everyone. Until next time, keep collecting and stay iconic.
All right, so I just arrived home from the National, so I'm back, and what an experience. Oh boy. Was it overwhelming? Yes. Was it amazing? Absolutely. Was the YouTuber meetup event everything I thought it could be and more? It was the best part. It was absolutely the best part about it. And the other best part being able to walk the show with my brother just together, because that's something we hadn't done in about 25 years. And so that was a really special thing to be able to do together. So my overall impression, what did I think? Was I right? Was there 90s stuff there? Did I find any of my big pickups? And the answer was, well, it went about it how I expected. I did not expect to find any of the big pieces that I was looking for, and that's correct. I didn't see them there. They weren't there. There largely was not a big component of 90s stuff there, but I'd see there probably was about 6 or 7 tables that I saw that had some significant 90s fire. And so they were tough to come across, tough to find, but I did spend some significant time at all of those tables, talked to those dealers, and even sold some cards to one of them as well. So while I didn't find my big pickups that I was looking for, I did pick up some things. I had some pre-national pickups as well that we can go over. I would like to talk about all the amazing people that I met there, the YouTubers. Some I met walking the show floor, others I met at the YouTuber event. People had gifts for me. I had some things to give to them as well. And so it was just a blast. It was a really fun stretch of days there, a couple days. And so, yeah, I want to turn this camera around and talk about the experience and some of the pickups I had and just, yeah, give my thoughts on the whole thing. So let's go ahead and turn the camera around and we'll discuss that now. Okay, so I had a couple of pre-national pickups that I'm going to lump in with this, because if I just did the national pickups, there actually aren't that many that I got. So from the first part of the video, I did open those box of the Fleer 92 Fleer Jumbos, and I got a Greg Maddox and a Mike Maddox. So we have the brothers duo. Had to point that out. And in fact, my brother Iconic Al gave me a couple of really amazing gifts when I saw him in Pittsburgh, where we were staying with our parents. And one of these gifts was actually the hat I was wearing in the beginning of this section of the video. And this is a Braves hat that was signed by both Greg Maddox and Mike Maddox. And so it's a wonderful, it was given to him, I think, by a patient of his. And it's a really cool, it's like a fitted hat, but it actually fits me. And so I'm gonna have to wear this hat on future Brothers Duo videos. Well, because Brothers Duo, why not? It's not authenticated or anything, but that's absolutely Greg Maddox's autograph. And Mike Maddox as well. I don't know his very well, admittedly, but I have to say that, you know, it's one of those cool things that I'm just really grateful for, and I'm really going to enjoy that. So, as for the rest of that box of, we had a fun time opening this 92 Fleer box in front of the TV. Iconic Al and I were opening them, and our dad was helping us out as well, and all kinds of really amazing, these Provisions cards are just all over the place. They're just awesome. I had a Robin Yount there that had to give to Dylan, Double D. Got a couple of these Roger Clemens inserts that were in there as well, career highlights. Pretty cool stuff. The other thing that I picked up there when I was in Pittsburgh was it was the factory set of this Fleer update. It was a glossy. And so I picked out some of the bigger names here. We got the Matt Williams rookie, Greg Maddox rookie, Mark McGwire. Here's a Fred McGriff as well. Ah. And well, hold on a second. Let me recover these. There we go. Oh, and by the way, these stands. I picked up these amazing stands also at the National, and they were from the Drew, the Vintage Legacy. And they are really good. The ones I chose this one that was like a cherry wood. So I got the cherry wood 4-pack. They are really well made. And plus I also got this extra little freebie thrown in, so that's really cool. So yeah, in my future videos, I'm gonna be using these stands. And so just wanted to give him a shout out. And if you'd like your own, I'm pretty sure he can make that happen. So highly recommend it. And a couple other pickups that I had, again, this is still pre-national pickups. I had a couple of these. I got a handful of these beautiful Select Certified Mirror Red and Mirror Blue Select Stars, or Certified Stars. They're still in their screw downs, and so I'll be freeing them from those screw down prisons momentarily. Like I said, just got back. And I'll be peeling them off both, because you can see the peel is right in front of his face on both of them. That is unacceptable. I might send the Mirror Red in to PSA if I deem it might be a good enough grade. The blue I will not be sending, and the reason I'm not going to send it is because if you take a look at this, take a look at the blue one, you can kind of see that there's a bit of an edge. There's a space, a gap between the edge of the card and the inside of where that recessed portion is. And so this was a known issue with this set, is that not that I believe this card has been trimmed, I just believe it's been slightly miscut so that it measures short. And so I strongly suspect that if I were to send this in, they would just say min size and probably would not slab it up. And so that's fine. This is what Mag Pros are for. I'm gonna go ahead and peel this thing, go ahead and Mag Pro it and call it good. But yeah, super pumped about these. I have the gold, the Mirror Gold already. It's actually at PSA at this moment. And so we'll have to see what that comes back. I got a little bit of Ken Griffey Jr. Fire as well. And so I got this beautiful Pinnacle White Hot. And you can tell it's beautiful. This is one of the most beautiful color matching Dufexes of all of the 90s. And really, man, this thing just, the way it hits, the way this hits in person, oh, I just absolutely adore this whole set. This is one of my favorite insert sets of the 90s. Tough one to find, but actually the set is, you know, other than the Griffey, is not actually all that prohibitively expensive. So I absolutely love this. So here's a Griffey, and you can tell I just got back because I haven't actually covered up any of the grades yet. So I haven't had a chance to get those stickers on them yet. And then another one I got, speaking of Griffey Fire, picked up this 95 Finest Refractor. This thing is just a riot of shine, and it's not very hulked out. I mean, really, there's almost no hulking on this at all in his pants or anything. It's very well centered. This set can be really, really poorly centered a lot of times, but not this copy. Boy, there's one refractor line, you know, sort of in the middle of it. I guess it's a little bit top to bottom centering, but boy, is that beautiful otherwise. Man, I love that card. So great. And this is in a PSA assigned 8. And this one actually does have the word refractor written on it, unlike my Greg Maddox. So super, super pumped about those two fairly sizable pickups, at least sizable for me, but just super, super pumped about those. And let's go ahead and talk about a couple of the Maddoxes that I picked up as well. So really excited about a couple of these that I was able to get. I picked up this one. This is a 2004 Topps Chrome Refractor in a PSA 9. And now this one is the regular one. But then I already had this gold one, but I'm just sort of showing it for comparison. So here's a beautiful gold refractor from the same set. And that pairs nicely. And what pairs nicer than that? Then how about this one? This is a new one. I got a black refractor also from the same set. And so all the backs sort of all look the same here. But yeah, it is not numbered, but the black one was twice as hard to get as the gold. And so these pair nicely. I'm still missing the red X-Fractor from the set that was numbered out of 63. So if anyone out there knows where one is or sees one, let me know. I am interested. All right. And speaking of Maddox refractors from the early 2000s, how about this beautiful gold refractor from 2003 Bowman Chrome? Woo! Look at that. And all these refractors were in a PSA assigned 9. Now, this one actually is numbered out of 170, if it'll focus. There we go. So very, very pleased about that one. Keep that there. And another one I got was actually, I got one returned back from PSA that was waiting for me in Pittsburgh. And this was one that I really wanted to get this slabbed up and just authenticated and auto-graded. And this is a on-card Diamond King autograph from playing days in a Braves uniform. Just what I wanted. This is a Recollections collection, so you can see the embossing that is on there as well. And just a gorgeous, just got this auto-graded, auto 10. And this is really happy to have this back in my collection. It is, of course, numbered 2 of 2. And I have shown this before. In fact, I showed this not on my channel, but this was actually on Iconic Owl's Greg Maddox video. So really, really pleased as a Diamond King collector and a Greg Maddox collector and an autograph collector. It checks a lot of boxes for me. So really, really pleased as punch to get that back. All right. And then I did show this in the first part of the video, but just quickly now that I'm back home, just for comparison, I did pick up this Eddie Murray Diamond King auto from '84. And I got it because A, it was a good value, but B, it looked better than the one I had before. Here's my other one. I have not shown this yet on video, and it's in a Beckett slab. But this one presents way better. He avoids writing on his chin, like you can see on this one. And so, yeah, I got a fantastic value, fantastic deal on this. So this is my new keeper, Eddie Murray Diamond King auto. And I'm gonna go ahead and move this one along. So super pleased about that, just for comparison. And also was able to pick up this one. This is a biggie for me. Taking this 92, 93 era Diamond Kings are just peak Diamond King for me. Absolutely love it. The gold foil, the gold trim, gorgeous 10 auto of Tom Glavine. I just love it. This is a 93, you can tell, with the green back, the blue back of the 92s. Fantastic. All right, and those are basically the pre-national pickups. Oh, there's one more. Forgot about this one. This is also from Iconic Owl, and I love this. He gave me this Jose Guillen. This is a 96 Bowman's Best Atomic Refractor. And this is the kind of a card that we would have flipped out over. We went to a lot of Pirates games from 90, 97, 98, 99, 2000. All those years, we were going to them, getting autographs. And this is the kind of a card we would have just absolutely flipped our lid for. At that time, we were convinced that Jose Guillen was going to be the next Clemente. And anyway, we were just, this is a card that we would have just, our jaws would have dropped. You'd have to pick them up off the floor. So thank you, Iconic Al, for the thoughtful gifts. I'm just blown away by that. So thank you again. All right, now on to the National itself. Like I mentioned before, there weren't a lot of showcases. You know, most of the tables that had vintage, I kind of walked right by, as I'm looking for 80s and high pop professor, right? 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. And most of them ultra modern stuff. The shiny stuff I would see would be ultra modern, and maybe it'd be football or basketball also, and hockey. So I was walking by a lot of those cases, but if I did see they had something that caught my eye, something like this, I would come over, and if they had a Donruss Crusade, or I saw they had some Fleer Brilliance Pulsars or something like that, I would go over and see what they had. But inevitably, they did not have Maddox, not much of it. I did see a Flair Showcase Legacy, and I did see a handful of things, but they are either things I already had or things I wasn't interested in. But as for the pickups, I was there for 2 days, Thursday and Friday. And so Thursday, I got a couple pickups there. And really the only thing I got here was this, during the show, was this beautiful 98 SP Chirography, Roger Clemens, beautiful on-card auto. And really just got a great deal on this. I actually had this card already once and then sold it. And so I just reacquired this, and it was fantastic. He had a price of 50 on it. I asked if he would take 40. He said, meet me in the middle at 45. I said, yes, I can do that. And just a gorgeous card. And so it's got this certification built in right on the back. So really, really pleased about that. And then came the YouTuber event. And I have to say, this YouTuber event was by far the star of the show. This was the most fun I'd had during this 4 hours. And by the way, it went from 6 to 10, and this 4 hours probably to me felt like 45 minutes. I mean, it just flew by. But it was super cool. It was amazing to be able to meet these guys and talk to these people that I've been corresponding with and writing back in the comments and watching their videos for years now. This is my first time that I'm meeting almost every one of these people in person. And so, I mean, I'm gonna go through some of the YouTuber swag, and I'm gonna go through some of the other pickups, because even though I didn't buy very much at the show, I ended up selling a lot. I made a national preview video, and all in all, I sold over $1,000 worth of cards, both at the show and at this evening YouTuber event. It was really cool. So there's one card I got at this thing, Jeremy Lee of Sports Cards Live actually had this card here, and this is a beautiful Gallery of Heroes from 1998, Topps Gallery of Heroes. And yeah, this thing is an actual stained glass window, and it's amazing. I had this card. I actually already had this one on my eBay watch list, and I was already debating pulling the trigger on it. And it's just funny too, because I already had the jumbo. I just picked up the jumbo, which is like a box topper. But I wanted the actual, real authentic sized card as well. But now, boy, I've got them both. And so let's hold them up to the window. There you go. You can really see those light shine right through. Just fantastic. So we'll have these as a little backdrop maybe. Okay. So let's start going through some of these here, and I've got to say, I'm going to try to mention, this is tough because I don't want to leave anybody out, okay? But the whole evening there was a whirlwind, and I know I'm forgetting people because I can't honestly even remember where a lot of these cards came from. So bear with me as I try to give some shout outs here. But first of all, have to mention, Iconic Al had this beautiful, beautiful pre-war card, with the awesome artwork done by Scott from Reindeer Studios. Had a chance to meet him as well, and love those rosy cheeks. Man, that's just fantastic. So very pleased to pick up this one. And of course, this was a numbered run. And is it any wonder the card number I got here was number 31, which is Greg Maddox's number. So I could have taken card number 1 maybe, but no. I'll take the Greg Maddox number 31. Thank you very much. So fantastically pleased to get this. I mean, I had a really good long conversation with Adam of Vintage Sanctuary. He shared with me his pickups, and then I did likewise. And And he actually purchased 2 of my Griffey refractors that I had with me. I had a 96, 97 Bowman's Best refractors. I gave him a good deal on those, but really was pleased to meet him and thankful for that. I also had a chance to meet John, 3D 80s kid, had a good conversation with him right as we were getting the picture taken outside there. And this is a rookie card, numbered 89 out of the run of 99. And so a nice, beautiful autographed rookie card. Look at that. John, 3D 80s kid, so thank you. Appreciate that. Got that over here. Also, Dylan, Double D. Had a chance to get a few cards from Dylan Double D. There's one a surfing card. Beautiful. Double D vintage baseball cards. I've always enjoyed watching his YouTube videos with his excitement and enthusiasm. Got a couple of these here to turn back the clock with Adam, Splendid Sports, who was not in attendance, but was just fantastic. So thank you there. I also picked up a Double D vintage coaster. This is awesome. So very, very pleased with these pickups. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. I got a chance to meet Sammy Thunder and Theo, Clemente Collector, and of course just mentioned John, 3D80s kid. So I got one of these cards. Awesome, fantastic. I didn't have a chance to talk to Pepino Man, but would absolutely love to get that opportunity in the future. So that's really good. Had good conversation with lots of people. Talked to Dom from Staven Sports Cards. I talked to Picker Jim S. He sat at the table with me for a good long while there. And also talked to Jake, Legends Never Die. I got a card from him as well. So just fantastic. This is just lovely. Had great conversations with lots of people. Met Eddie from Eddie's Cardboard Chaos. Already mentioned the Drew, got the stands from. And I was walking around the show. I got to see a couple people there too. From Mike's Retro Trading Cards, saw Mike and Joe Day and EP, Eric Bahawik. At the YouTuber event, I got to meet Greg from Midlife Cards, super pumped. And he was kind enough to sign this beautiful T206 like card. So super pumped to get a Greg autograph. Now I've got to get more of those tobacco card top loaders for that. Was happy to meet John Mangini. I was happy to meet Orlando from A Collector's Dream very quickly, and met Hitman 23. And I was also happy to talk to, I had a really good conversation with Nate Tops, 85401 here. Really pleased to have a good conversation. Talk to him with my brother, mostly about my dad and his Barry Bonds collection. Got a chance to say hi to Chris from Missouri and Mike Moynihan and Chris Sewell and Darren from Return to Collecting. All these guys were at the meetup. And I know I'm gonna forget some people here too. Scott got a couple of these amazing art cards. Beautiful Campy from Reindeer Studios. And I may have to contact Scott about either helping me design a logo, or certainly maybe design a future card, or maybe doing a Greg Maddox art card or something like that. That would be really cool. I gotta contact him and see about a commission, see what he charges, and give him some business. And anyway, so this was just wonderful. And it was funny, the first day I was walking around wearing a Paul Skeens shirt. It was a bright yellow Pirates shirt with a 30 Paul Skeens. And there was a guy, saw me wearing it and just gave me this as I was walking around the show. Gave me this Paul Skeens national card. And so that was really cool. I was really pleased to see that. It's a promotional card, one of 2,500. And so, but still, he just saw I was wearing it and said, hey, I get 2 of these, take one. So a random stranger was just there. And so that was really cool. Just super pleased. And there was also, and so I was there, I think I was talking with Adam of Vintage Sanctuary, and as I was in the middle of discussion, someone came by and just gave me this Greg Maddox extra edition, and I feel embarrassed now because I'm actually not sure who it was. I can't remember. So if it was you, please comment down below and let me know so I can thank you properly. But thank you. This is a beautiful Sports Illustrated. This is from '98. The extra edition, and this is the one that is actually numbered, serial number on the back, out of 500. And so it was just super cool. I really was not expecting this. This was just, really amazing. So thank you. This is why I did not have this. Hey, I was a numbered grade Maddox from the 90s. I'm all about that. And so the next day, went back to the show, and really I bought 2 packs of Animal Crossing cards, one for my wife and one for my daughter, because you know, my daughter does collect Pokemon, but we can get Pokemon packs anywhere. And really, aside from that, I just mostly walked around and saw some things. I picked up a few things from dollar boxes. Got a Gary Sheffield rookie card, and I got a Dr. Beckett card out of the dollar box, of course. And yeah, didn't have, you know, much after that, but that was mostly what I got. So again, I have to say the entire experience was quite amazing, was quite great. But it was really funny. I think the end part of it was summed up best as we were about to leave. The last half hour of the show, I was walking around with Iconic Al, my brother, and we ran into Bill, the Hall of Fame and collector. And so that was really, really cool. He's just outside the Philly area. A big Maddox guy, a lot of rare stuff. And, you know, he wasn't even going to go attend, but he just said, you know, I decided to come one day. And I'm going to paraphrase what he said here, but he basically said, you know, there's really not much here for me when it came to the rare 90s Maddox stuff. So he came, you know, to do one sweep. And yeah, and so I understand, you know, in future years, would I attend? If I were to attend, I feel like it would be for the community and for that YouTuber meetup. You know, I am glad to know that now I'm one of the cool kids. You know, it is cool to collect. And at the meetup, someone had mentioned, you know, there should be a different tagline, maybe one that features more about community. And I'm going to post a picture up here, but I'm glad to see that they actually did have one. It wasn't quite as prominently featured as the "it's cool to collect." And boy, am I ever glad that I'm a cool guy now. Because boy, I went to the National and it's now cool to collect. I'm one of the cool kids, so that's kind of nice to know. But no, they did have a nice tagline that featured more of that collecting community, and I appreciate that. And that's why I would attend in future years. Thankfully, this one was pretty close to Pittsburgh, which is where I can you know, easily travel, at least in the summers where I've got family there, and as a teacher I get time off. But I'm not sure about the next one. Maybe every couple of years I might be attending these, because you know, it's unlikely I would be able to pick up things there or find things there better than I would be able to find on eBay and things like that. But I had a blast, and so thank you for watching my National recap and my pickups. Was so happy to meet everybody there. If I met you and talked with you and forgot to shout you out, please, I'm sorry, but I was doing my best, and that was a 4-hour whirlwind, but I enjoyed every second of it. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.